Okay, hello, everybody. My name is Ciara Mason Garrison. I am your goal consultant. We are going to go ahead and get started with doing some mock booking training. So today, mock bookings. What are mock bookings for? Have you guys done mock bookings before?
This screen is so big that this screen is so big that I can't find my own screen.
Oh, okay. I'm not really sure how to fix
you
it.
can minimize you can minimize the screen. Like if you go to your your top left, I think.
I found it. Thank you.
Got it? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. If I could ask everyone to just mute their microphones for me. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. Like I said, this is recorded, so I wanna make sure we can get through all of this without any distractions. Okay, so today we're going to go ahead and get started with using VAX or Vacation Access is how it's called. So go ahead and get logged in. You're going to want to make sure you have your ID, your agent ID number and your IATA number to log in. Once you get in, this is the homepage that you are going to see. VAX is just it's a portal that holds a couple of different suppliers. So right here, if you see, this is the list of suppliers that VAX utilizes or they're partnered with. And they've used American Airlines, ALG, some you have heard of, some you have not heard of. But just we'll go over just a couple of the ones that I frequently use. Now with this mock booking, this is just how I do my mock bookings. Other people do them a little bit different. Others use Canva, some use a different type of format, but this is just the way that I do it. So you can actually use whatever you like from my mock booking in your mock booking. But we are going to go ahead and post our mock booking for today. So first, when I use VAX, I like to use FunJet. That's one of my go-tos, but you can absolutely use any one of these. The reason why I use FunJet is because they encompass American Airlines, they encompass United Airlines, they also include Southwest as well. So FunJet does that as well as Apple Vacations. Now, if you use something like American Airlines or United Vacations, you are limited. So if your client does book with you and you use United Vacations, and for some reason they do need to cancel their trip, if you use United Vacations, you're going to have to use United again. So you're going to have to use that travel credit for United Vacations. But if they do the cash refund, you won't have to worry about that. But if they have a travel credit that is for United or American or Southwest, those are the only suppliers you're going to be able to use. Now with FunJet or Apple Vacations and some of the other ones, you are able to utilize different airlines. But like I said, if you use American or United or Southwest, you're going to be limited to just those airlines. So just keep that in mind when you do your quotes and your bookings for your clients. You want to make sure that you're always giving them the best options. Not to say that you cannot use Southwest or any of the other ones. I've absolutely used them. Just keep that in mind when you are booking for your client. So here, there are a couple of different sections that VAX includes. They have the reservation portal, some offers and incentives, suppliers, destinations, and education. If you guys get a chance to hop on any one of the webinars that they usually host, please do that. They are very informative and very educational, not just on how to use VAX, but about different resorts and different features that VAX also uses as well. So if you get a chance to get on any of those, please do that. I highly recommend it. As far as what we're going to use for our mock booking is we're going to go ahead and advertise an all-inclusive resort. Why all-inclusive? It's a one-stop shop. So you can send your client anywhere, well, not anywhere, but a place that does have all-inclusives. And they will be able to enjoy themselves completely at the resort if they want to. They do not have to leave for food or drinks. If they wanted to shop, of course, and do other excursions, that's something that they can do. But that is another training. But today we're going to say, like I said, we're going to go ahead and work on all-inclusive resorts. And as far as where you can find those, are you guys familiar where you can book an all-inclusive resort?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. I love to hear that, but that's okay. If you don't, we're going to talk about it today. So most all-inclusives, you can find them in Mexico or you can find them in the Caribbean. There are a couple in the US and some other places as well. They are a little bit different in terms of price point, but I will say the most affordable and most common all-inclusive vacations are going to be in Mexico or in the Caribbean. So that would be Jamaica, Punta Cana, Curacao, and places like that. You're not going to find any in VAX in the you're not going to find different locations that are not all-inclusives in VAX. If you needed to find one specifically for the US, you can absolutely do that. You'll just have to use another supplier. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So today we're going to go ahead and use FunJet. And if you are following along, go ahead and do exactly as I am so that we can go ahead and get this posted today. So we're going to go over here to the vacation reservation side and we're going to select FunJet. And then the package type, it's just whatever it is that you want to present to your client. So you can give them a hotel only option. You can give them hotel and transfers for the Mexico and Caribbean. You can give them flight, hotel, and transfers. There are a couple of differences within these. I'm not entirely sure what those are. There are trainings on different features in VAX as well. But today we are going to focus on flight and hotel, and I'll show you how to make sure that we have everything that we need for our package. As far as departing, we're going to go ahead and depart from, I don't know, let's say, Cheryl, where do you want to depart from? What airport do you want to depart from? Oh, I think you're muted.
MCO Orlando.
Orlando. Okay, great. We can go ahead and do that. Fantastic. And then we're going to go ahead and pick a location that is either in the Mexico or the Caribbean. Anybody want to throw one out there? So we have Punta Cana, we have Cancun, we have the entire Mexico. So we could do Tulum, we could do any place, Los Cabos, Jamaica. If you guys don't pick one, I am going to pick one for us.
Tulum.
Tulum? Okay, we can do Tulum. Let's see. I don't know if I'm flying to Cancun to do that.
What did you pick?
Tulum.
With a T?
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and get started by clicking Cancun. So we're going to fly into Cancun.
Oh, you're picking Cancun?
Yep. So we can get into Tulum by flying into Cancun. So we're going to go ahead and click and select our airport. So it's Cancun. So as you go on, you'll be able to understand, some of the airport codes. Cancun is CUN. And there are a couple of options if you notice. There's one for Cancun and Riviera Maya. There's also one for Cancun Riviera Maya hotels, and then Cancun for just Cancun hotels. To make it a little bit easier on yourself, just go ahead and select the Cancun and Riviera Maya location. And I'll show you how to filter so that we're in the right location once we get to our reservation package. So again, we're gonna go ahead and start with Cancun. And then as far as the number of rooms, we're usually just going to stick with a very basic package for a mock booking. The mock booking is not necessarily to book for someone, but it is to grab their attention. So we want to make it look beautiful. We want great pictures. We want great wording, something to capture their eye. Just think about when you're going out shopping. I live in Chicago, so if I'm going to Michigan Avenue, I'm going to be looking for places that have signs for sales and clearance. And that is pretty much what a mock booking is. It's like a special, it's an advertisement to just gain attention, not only to your business, but also to your ad as well. So I'm going to start with just one room, and we're going to go ahead and do 2 adults. Now you can absolutely do a mock booking with children. If you do that, you want to make sure you stay within the child range. And I say child range by saying make sure that it's under 18 and over the age of 2. Some hotels, if they allow for children to stay free or at a discounted rate, it's usually under 2 years old. But if you want to just stick with a general child age, I would go with like 9, maybe 12, but we're not doing children today. But if you wanted to do that for a mock booking, you can absolutely do that. And then also for our departure date, if you are looking to do something that has a deposit, we want to make sure that the booking that we're going to be, I'm sorry, the package that we're going to be looking at is past 45 days. That way we can have a deposit option. So July, August, September, let's go to October. We're going to go ahead and do October 6th. And typically when you do your package, you want to try to stick with just 5 days. Now, once you're doing a quote for your client, you can actually change this, of course, at any time. Some people want 7 days, some people want 6, some want 4. So when you're doing it for your client, of course, you want to make sure that you adjust this accordingly. But simply for the mock booking purposes, we're going to go ahead and start with 5 days. So we're going to be departing on the 6th, and we're going to be returning back to Orlando on the 11th. So that's what our dates are. Now, we also want to make sure anytime you sell any packages, especially overseas or international, you want to make sure you have travel protection. Travel protection not only protects you, but also protects your client. We don't want anything worse than, our clients going somewhere and then there's an issue and they don't have travel protection, and then there's nothing that we can do for them. So you always want to make sure that you sell travel protection with your packages. Now, I'm not going to click it here just for the simple fact that I'm going to show you how to add that feature once you've already selected your package, just in case you forget in the future. So right now we're using our supplier as FunJet. We're looking at the package type of flight and hotel. We're departing from Orlando, going to Cancun or the Cancun and Riviera Maya hotels. And we're doing 1 room with 2 adults on the 6th, coming back on the 11th for 5 nights. And like I said, we're not going to click on the travel protection. We will add that at a later time. So we're just going to go ahead and click search. Keep in mind, VAX does do a large search. It does a search for any hotel that we are partnered with. So it is a little bit slower because it's doing a search through all of those resorts that we have. So you have to be patient. Thus far, does anyone have any questions thus far?
Where it says a promo code, I saw a video, I think with that lady Maya or something, where she was putting in a promo code which showed different areas of discounts.
Yeah, we can take a look at that a little bit later. We haven't even gotten that far yet. So let's start with just getting a package and we will work on that part a little bit later, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. So now we have our package that came up departing from Orlando, heading to Mexico, specifically Cancun on the 6th to the 11th. And let me move this little box out of the way here. And this is just a general package price. So if we were just gonna go ahead and book this right here, this is exactly what it would be. So it would be this hotel, these flights, and things like that. So we don't typically want that. We want to go ahead and customize our package that would fit our client's needs. Now for our mock booking, we want to try to keep it around a pretty minimal price range. So we want to keep it as low as possible. But of course, with obviously taking a look at the hotels, we'll see which one we actually do want to advertise today. So just a couple of notes. If you look here, like I said, this is where your total package price would be. You'll also see the same thing on the right-hand side here under the FunJet Vacations logo. Here you have your days of prior to departure. So those are things you want to keep in mind, especially when you are sending your clients on their trips, because you want to make sure that they have everything that they need as far as documentation. This is the base package price, your adult base package price, and then of course your total package price and your price per person. So if your client wanted to know what it would be for price per person, of course you'd be able to tell them by looking here. So we're going to go ahead and get started with customizing our package. I like to start with the flights, and the only reason why I like to start with flights is because to me that's really important. Most people like a nonstop, short, quick, the lowest price, get me there as soon as possible flight. So I'm going to start with that. You don't have to do that when you're doing your mock bookings. You could do it however you like. But for this case, we're gonna go ahead and start here. So I'm gonna go back here. So on the left-hand side, if you click on outbound flights, it'll bring you here to your flight packages. It's already sorted by the lowest to the highest, as you can see, and there's 39 options for us to take a look at. Now, let's just say you don't really want to send your clients anywhere and it has a layover. We can absolutely filter that. We can do that on the left-hand side here. So these are your filter results. You can change the departure time if you wanted it to only to be in the morning or in the evening, you could do that. Same thing with your arrival time and your stops. As you can see, there are only 2 nonstop flights here. There are 3 one-stop flights and 4 two-stop flights. So I'm going to take a look at the nonstop flights because that's what I like to take a look at first to see what the price point is and what airline we have. So it looks like the only nonstop, because there were only 2, are Spirit and JetBlue. Now, when you're doing your mock bookings, it doesn't really matter which one you use. If you're doing this as a quote, you absolutely want to make sure you check with your client if there were any airlines that they did not want to fly. For example, if your client did not want to fly Spirit and they were not wanting to fly JetBlue, you'd of course just let them know that unfortunately that's what you have as far as the nonstops for this particular package. Now you can also look to other suppliers and see what their options are too. But JetBlue is not too bad, Spirit's not too bad. And since we're just doing a mock booking, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Spirit flight. You can, like I said, once you get your client and you see what they're actually looking for, you can make the adjustment. So I'm gonna go ahead and select it here. But before I do that, I wanna show you guys one more thing about flights. If we were gonna go ahead and go with this American Airlines flight, which was the original one that populated, you wanna definitely make sure you pay attention to the messages that are in red here. So this flight is it's a one stop, and this one would be basic economy. Now you have to be wary of basic economy. Basic economy is non-refundable. Changes, upgrades, and seat selection not available. Even if your client has travel protection, it is still non-refundable. So if you book one of these flights and your client needs to cancel or they cancel, they will not get their money back for their flight. It's possible that they would get that back for the hotel, but not for their flight. So be wary with booking basic economy. Personally, I don't book my clients with basic economy. If it was for myself and it was something I knew I was actually gonna 100% go, I would probably do that for myself, but not for a client. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at your flights. Now we're gonna go back by clicking on nonstop here on the filter side, and it's going to pull up our Spirit airline. This one departing at 3:55, getting into Cancun at 5:02. And you can see your travel time here, the type of flight, or I'm sorry, the type of fare, so bear fare. You also want to keep in mind if any of these fares or airlines that you're on, if you would need to purchase your bags, those are things you want to make sure that you are definitely informing your client when you're doing that. But for our mock booking, we're not too worried about that. So we're going to go ahead and select our first one here, which is Spirit, the 3:55 p.m. Okay. And then we're going to take a look. Once you select the outbound flight, usually the return flight auto populates. You can absolutely change this if you like. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it here because it'll ask us to verify our flight once more at the end of selecting our package. So now we get to go to the fun part, selecting the hotel. So many hotels, so many options to choose from. How do you choose? How do you select which one is the best one to advertise for your mock booking? Well, you want to, like I said, with the mock booking, you want to make sure it's something that stands out. It's something that stands out as far as the pictures, the price, the kind of amenities. So those are the kind of things that we're going to put in our mock booking. But we want to take a look. We have 162 options for us to take a look at, and it's sorted here by the preferred option. So if you had a client and they didn't really care about budget, I would probably go with, probably one of the preferred options. Now for this particular instance, we are going to be looking for our lowest price point. So we're going to sort by price. And you can change the type of sort that you want. If you want to do by rating, if you want to do by distance from the airport, or the location, alphabetical, you can absolutely do that. But we're going to go ahead and sort by the price from the lowest to the highest and see what comes up. Oh, that's a good price, right? $1,319 is a really good price. But you want to keep in mind some of the things that you're going to be looking for as far as the type of hotel that you're going to be staying in, if you wanted it to be adults only, and so forth and so forth. So on the side here, we still have 162 hotels to choose from, which is great. So we have a lot of options, but we're going to go ahead and filter. When I
showing different from mine. Why?
Oh, I'm sorry?
Yours is showing different from mine.
Okay, are you following exactly with what I'm doing here?
Yeah, what's the first one that shows Catalonia? No, it shows you 4 points.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's not a problem. It could just be because we're all doing the exact same thing. You know, I don't know exactly how consistent this is, but we're gonna filter it and we'll be able to get the same thing. So we're gonna go ahead and continue through here. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is the first one that came up for me. Yours should be this one. If not, it might be one of these other ones, which is absolutely okay. But we're gonna go over here to the left and we're gonna filter our hotel based on what we actually like to have. So remember, we have 162 hotels. And like we mentioned, we wanted to do an all-inclusive resort. So if you look here, the type of experience that we want is all-inclusive, but there's only 133 all-inclusive resorts. So that means that some of these hotels on here are not all-inclusive. So we want to make sure that we select this type of experience. So make sure you click on all-inclusive. And we should have about the same hotels here. Okay. There's a question. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. So now that we have our all-inclusive option selected, we're gonna go ahead and click adults only since we're doing an adults only package. Those are the easiest. Like I said, they're one-stop shops and it's just 2 people that you have to worry about. So I'm gonna go ahead and click adults only. And once we click that filter, you see that it changes from 162 to 37 hotels. So now we have 37 hotels to choose from, which is still a good number of hotels. The way you kind of want to look through these is to check, you know, the price. You want to see what's available, maybe the ratings and things like that. But we wanted to go to Tulum, right? That was the place we wanted to go. So we can actually filter a little bit more. So we are looking for adults only, all inclusive. And then if you scroll down here, there's a point of interest part. I want to see if it's here actually. Well, I don't think it's here. Yeah, it's not going to be here. Okay, that's no problem. No problem at all. So since we want to stay in Tulum, we know that is a little bit further away from the airport. Tulum is about an hour and a half from Cancun Airport. But if you look at these different hotels, you can see where they are. So this is the Riviera Maya Beach, and this is 43 miles from Cancun Airport. This one is Playa del Carmen. This one is 32 miles from the airport. Playa del Carmen, Playa del Carmen, Playa Aventuras, and so forth and so forth. So when you're looking at your resort, you want to definitely make sure you check, you know, the distance from the airport because you want to let your client know. I don't think there's, for some reason, I don't see a filter for Tulum. I'm not sure why it's not here. But there usually is something that says like the different part of the country that we're in. Okay. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why that's not coming up, but it was there before. It used to be, and I don't think it was in this part where it's a point of interest, but there was an option in which you can choose if you wanted to be near Cancun, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, or so forth and so forth. So in this case, since it's not coming up, we're gonna just go ahead and bypass that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Tulum. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at a couple different other options here. I like to always check the stars. I like to check the rating. So this is 4-star, but that just means 4-star for FunJet. That doesn't mean that this is a 4-star hotel. We want to make sure that we go and check that. So we have the Catalonia, Rio. I'm sorry, Rio. The prices look really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double check these and see what they look like, see what kind of amenities they have, and see what I'd like to offer. So this is the first one, Catalonia. Very lovely. Very nice. So I'm going to check the amenities here, see what they have to offer. Sightseeing. Some of the things that I like to look for are spas. I like to see if they offer any classes. So they have dance classes, non-motorized sports. Here we go, spas right here. And then especially if they have any specialties in their spa, some hotels might have a hydro pool and things like that. So here we go, pool for hydrotherapy treatments. You can also check the off-site recreation. I am a golf girl, so I'm always looking for a golf course. So this is a nine-hole course here. There's also other entertainment, so weekly beach parties, aerobics, and these are things that you can add onto your mock booking. So I actually use a template just to kind of keep me organized as far as like the different things that I like to add and advertise in my mock booking. So this is a really nice resort. Let me see here. And the marina is not too far. Yeah, Tulum. Oh, so I'm wondering if this is now considered Tulum. I think that's what that is. So also check into the rooms and see what kind of rooms they have as well. Garden suites, premium deluxe, privilege superior, privilege romance. So you would see that this is something that you could probably send somebody who's on maybe their honeymoon, or if someone wanted to come for maybe their 30-year anniversary. These are things that you want to just keep in mind too. And then also, when you have privilege suites or swim out rooms, you can add those to your mock booking as well. And I'll show you how to do that. Now, since we're going to go ahead and do the lowest price point, we're going to make sure that it would be something like the garden suite or the premium deluxe. But before we do that, let's take a look at a couple of more hotels just to get an idea of what they look like, what kind of things are offered, where they are as far as the beach and things like that. This is nice.
I don't know if I missed a step somewhere, but you showing you have 133 hotels and I got 27. You've been freezing on and off, so I don't know if I missed something.
Oh, okay. Did you select all inclusive?
Yes.
And you select adults only?
Yes.
And do you have Golden Parnassus? I can never say this. Parnassus as your first one?
No. I have Bahia, the second one I have first.
Oh, this one's for okay. That's still not too bad. Do you see the Ocean Maya Royal?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe this one is only available for me. I'm not sure why that would be the case, but that's no problem. Let's take a look at the Baha'i. And here, look, that's in Tulum. That's perfect. So let's take a look at Baha'i Principe. And this is the luxury one. So this one, let's see. This is nice. And if just as a geographical note, so Tulum has a lot of lush greenery. It's very beautiful. If you're okay with a lot of green, a lot of forestry, this is definitely a place to go. It's very peaceful there. Let's take a look at their amenities. They have a sauna and a spa. Activities, aerobics, boogie boards. We have some sports. They talk a little bit more about the spa. Beach is 15 minutes away. The hotel overlooks the Riviera Golf Club. Perfect. Resort grounds. Perfect. And they have a lot of information about the resort grounds, which I love to see. So that's fantastic. Okay, let's take a look a little bit more into the actual resort and see what it looks like. The golf course, the beach. Very lovely. Okay, that's Baha'i. Let's take a look at another one here. This is one of my favorites here. the El Dorado Seaside Palms. Let's take a look. So it's still in Tulum. And as you see it's pretty, it's kind of tucked away. It's over here in the green. So this is a very nice place. I haven't booked it, but I have given this as a quote for many people. I love this. This is beautiful. And as you're looking through these pictures, you want to think about, you know, what pictures you want to use when you're doing your mock booking. So let's take a look. We'll take a look at one more here. Royal Hideaway is lovely too. And see, that's right on the beach, right on the beach. So we still have the green, but it's right on the beach too. This is a beautiful view. It looks like they have beautiful views, great sunsets. Let me take a look. Great dining, activities. Yes, I love all of this. And we still have a golf course in the area and the amenities. Okay, perfect. We still have our spa and our sauna and wake up service. Fantastic. And this one was Royal Hideaway Play Car. Okay, fantastic. So we have a couple of great ones that we looked at that were still in Tulum also, which is great. I'm glad we were able to find that. Let's look at the price point. We have $19.48. We have a little over 2,000 and a little over 2,000. All right, so we want to stick with a lower price point. Do you guys have a preference? Which one? 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3?
The third one was nice.
Third one? All right, we are doing Royal Hideaway. Perfect. So this is our hotel. So everyone, make sure you are at Royal Hideaway. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this once more just to see what kind of information they have for us, so we can add that to our mock booking. And again, those pictures are great, so we want to take a look at those again. I'm going to go ahead and send you guys what I use for my mock bookings, and just a quick note here. Can you see my screen okay still? Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. And you can see the Word document, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So I keep, like I said, I keep a template of my mock bookings just so I can keep it consistent. So this is the one I use for my cruises. So you see I had one for Halloween. This one I use for instant commission. And this is the one that I use for daily mock bookings. So I did the last one as Labor Day, but you guys can absolutely use this. This is how I do mine. These are this is the verbiage that I use, but just make sure that you change my information. Make sure you change my information. So we're going to go ahead and use this template to get us started. We're not in a holiday season, so we're not going to put anything like that as far as our heading. I do like to put like a little heading. So if I'm doing a Labor Day thing, special, I always put Labor Day special in Punta Cana or Memorial Day in Jamaica or whatever the case may be. So I like to put those, just something to grasp my clients or my future clients' attention. So since we are...
Can I save that template somewhere?
I'm sorry?
The template you sent in Essence?
Yep.
Save that somewhere?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's up to you. If you want to use it, you can absolutely use it. If not, you can, use parts of it, whichever works best for you. I recommend using some sort of template, whether it's the one that I use or, one that you make up. For maybe seeing other mock bookings, it's just completely up to you. So, okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and start to build our mock booking. So we are in Tulum and we are going to be at the Royal Hideaway. Okay. So in that case, I probably want to do something like maybe Hideaway in Tulum. Ooh, wait a minute. Hideaway in Tulum. It's cute, right? Because we're not saying the hotel name, but it's pretty much, that's the hotel name. Yeah, so I like to put something like that. It is an all-inclusive resort. As far as how many stars it's rated, we're gonna go take a look. I always double check other sites to see what the hotel is rated. I see what kind of reviews are out there as well about the hotel before I advertise anything. So what you're gonna do is just simply copy and paste into Google. And you wanna make sure you go to the actual hotel site. If you click something over here, it's possible it might be something from Expedia or TripAdvisor. But over to the right here, you see the picture and you'll see the actual website. We can see here that it is a 5-star hotel. So let's go back and make sure. 5-star luxury resort. So I'm gonna keep that there so that I can make sure that people know that. We're gonna go back to VAX and take a look at the amenities. I usually read through the hotel details to see what kind of things I can pull from here. What I had here was actually part of the hotel detail. So world-class amenities, world-class spa experience. So I'm gonna see what kind of wording we can take from here that we can add to our mock booking. So set on pristine stretch white beaches. If you guys see anything before I do, please yell it out. So world-class service, luxurious accommodations. I like this, luxury accommodations.
Quick question, I'm sorry. How do you know it's from Tyhoon? Because like mine says like the Royal Hideaways at Playa del Carmen.
Yep. If you go here, back to the hotel. So we're at Playa del Carmen. And this is, oh yeah, that's right. We did not pick one that was in Tulum. We did not. So we're gonna change that. Hideaway in Playa del Carmen. That. Playa del then we're gonna go back to it. But if you were looking to see where it actually was, you would check right under here. So this one's on Cancun Beach. It's 10 miles from the airport, so it's still in Cancun. This one's Riviera Maya. Riviera Maya is pretty close to Cancun. It's just another part of that area there. It's still close to your airport, but it's not quite Cancun. Let's see. This one it's a specialized location, but it is part of Riviera Maya as well. You can also see other ones as well. They're different parts of Mexico. So that's where you would see where it's at. Again, if you wanted to filter it, you can use these filters here. Again, for some reason, it didn't say Tulum. I don't know why. I remember it used to say something like that there, but it's not there now. So let me go back to Royal Play Car. And again, we're going to look for some key words to use. So let's see. Luxury stay. So the word luxury and luxurious is thrown around here. So we want to make sure that that is in our mock booking for sure.
Different hotel.
First sentence up there that says set on an idyllic, pristine stretch of white sand.
Oh, you said on pristine stretch of white sand?
Yeah, from set on all the way to white sand.
Okay, set on idyllic. Yeah, that works. Pristine white sand. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it, but I'm gonna change it just a tad bit. We're gonna say set on, I'm just gonna say pristine stretch on a of white sand. Beaches. Set on a pristine stretch of white sand beaches. Or a white sand beach. How about that? Stretch of a white sand beach. Perfect. Let's go back here. Anything else? Anybody see anything else? Private concierge, sumptuous garden where assistance and endless amenities. That's perfect. So we want to add that endless amenities. So I'm going to add endless amenities. Oops. And that's not spelled right. Thank goodness for spell check. So far we have all-inclusive 5-star luxury resort with endless amenities, set on a pristine stretch of white sand beaches. Of a white sand beach, yes. Let's take a look at that spa, because that's, like I said, that's one thing I like to always highlight. I can't remember what it said about it. So there is a spa for sure. So I'm gonna go back to activities and see if there's anything about it here. Doesn't look like there's anything about it here, but that is okay. We have the website on our other tab here. I'm just gonna go right to the hotel website just to see if it says anything about the spa. It's just something, it's just, you know, one of my own preferences. But you don't necessarily have to do this. This is completely up to you. I'm gonna see what picture they might have as far as the spa. It looks like they only have one picture. Just one. So sometimes they might have pictures of the spa, sometimes they don't. It really just depends on what they're advertising. I don't see much about the spa. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a very basic spa experience. So, luxury spa experience. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Vax, take a look at the dining. Looks like they have quite a few options. So in that case, I'm gonna leave exquisite gastronomy there. Gastronomy is food. As far as some activities, I wanna highlight a couple of activities. I usually like to add motorized and non-motorized sports. So I'm going to change this. We're gonna add motorized and non-motorized sports. And then we have a golf course that's there that, like I said, that's just something that I like to advertise personally. You don't have to do that. So I am going to move this and add that there. And it's just a bunch of copy and paste, to be honest with you. Sometimes you have to change the wording just a little bit. It didn't give much detail on the golf course, but if you guys remember, you saw that I had more information about another golf course. So sometimes the resorts will give you information about things like the golf course or the type of water sports, or like more detail, which you can absolutely add. But since we don't have any detail for this golf course, we're just gonna leave it pretty blank and pretty plain. The next thing I like to highlight is the type of room that we're gonna be advertising today. So it looks like they start out with a luxury room, which is nice. So we can actually put luxury suite, but the highest room they have is a luxury sunrise suite. So I am gonna put a luxury suite here. And then luxury sunrise suite. Now, if this hotel specifically had swim outs, I would put swim out suites available upon request. If they had a honeymoon suite, I would also put honeymoon suite available upon request, things like that. So the more, you know, detail about things at the hotel, it grabs more attention. Just think about if you saw an ad and it said luxury swim out suite, you'd probably like, ooh, a luxury swim out suite. So that's why I like to put things like that, like the room and things like that, just to get that wow factor. So far, we are in a hideaway in Playa del Carmen on an all-inclusive 5-star luxury resort with endless amenities set on a pristine stretch of a white sand beach with a luxury spa experience, exquisite gastronomy, motorized and non-motorized sports, golf course, and a luxury suite. And our luxury sunrise suite is available upon request. How does that sound, guys? Sound pretty good? Sound good?
Beautiful.
Perfect. Awesome. So that's what we have so far. So that is the ad right there. So that's the ad that we're going to use. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is save some pictures. So we're going to go back here. I like to tell a story with my pictures. Some agents put 1 picture, maybe 2 pictures. I like to put like 5, 6, maybe 7 pictures. It really just depends. I like to tell a story. So I always start with my aerial view, if it's available. And where are we? This is Royal. So I have hide away. So I'm going to do hide, the aerial view. Now this is what the room looks like here. I don't like this view of the room. So I am gonna go back to the website and take a look at their rooms on the website. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's go back, rooms. Let's just see what they look like, because as you can see, this picture is way better than that picture that they had. Doesn't this room look way better? It's the exact same room, but the lighting is way better. So I am gonna save this one. This was hide fun. And if there's any more, but it doesn't look like there's, it looks like they only have one picture. Yeah, just the one picture. That's okay. So see, you see how this room looks versus this room? Much better. So I'm gonna get a picture of that. I love this restaurant, so I'm gonna save this also. I don't typically put pictures with people in them. I don't particularly care for that. That's just my preference. But whatever makes you happy, please do. The infinity pool, definitely want to get that because that's lovely. We want to get a picture of that pool. Again, like I said, I like to tell a story with my ad, so I like to add a little bit more. Theater is always a great thing to add if they have one. Oops. And that looks like that is about it. If you want, you could always go back and look for more pictures on the website. You can also check TripAdvisor. One note about using TripAdvisor, if you are going to use pictures from there, you want to make sure that the pictures are labeled management pictures and not from the guests. You want to make sure that it is an actual official picture from the website or the resort itself. Okay, so we have our ad. We have our picture saved. The next thing we need is our deposit. So let's go ahead. We want to make sure that we have everything selected as we're supposed to. Make sure that we're select our luxury suite. And before we get to find the actual deposit for this package, we're going to go ahead and confirm our flights once more here. So here is our outbound flight. Here, we're going to just go ahead and select this 11:29 flight. And again, if we needed to, we can change that here. So we would just click on the hyperlink of outbound flight or return flight. You can also do the same thing for hotel. So on this side here, under the FunJet Vacations logo, again, we'll see the days prior to your departure. And now we'll see the base package price for the package that we have selected. And then we'll have our price per person as well. One note over here, if you wanted to find out what your commission would be for this exact package, you can click this hyperlink right here that says booking administration, and it will give you what your estimated commission will be. Now, if for some reason you were going to be booking this for a client and it was hundreds of dollars under budget, you can go ahead and add a couple of dollars for yourself since it's still under budget and see if it'll allow you to do that. Now, not all hotels or all packages allow you to add commission. Sometimes there's a cap on the added commission. So you just kind of have to see which one will allow you to do that. So I added $50 here. As you see, this increased only by $47. So it's probably something that's capped out. So I'm going to go ahead and change this back to 0. And it's back to what the original commission was. And
Wait,
then
can you go back to how you went to the commission part?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the right under here. So you see the green button that says checkout. Right under there it says booking administration. So that's where you're going to find your commission. Okay. So before we check out and find out what our actual deposit price is, we want to make sure we have everything that we need for our package. So we have our flight, we have our hotel, we have our room, we have our transportation, but something's missing. What is missing here? What did I say in the beginning? Should always be with every package. That's not here.
The
Travel protection.
Travel protection. Yes, protect yourself, protect your client, protect your business and protect your name. So you want to make sure that you add your travel protection. If for some reason in the beginning you didn't click that little box that says add travel protection, you can click over here to the left. You see under rental cars, there's an option that says feature. You can click that hyperlink and it'll allow you to add different features to your package. So you see the very first one here is travel protection. Now there's two different types of travel protection in VAX. There's one for a full travel credit and there's one for a cash refund. And as you can see, the price difference is different between the two. The travel credit option is a lower price point for travel protection. Doesn't mean that it's any less any less protected, as you can say. It's just a lower price point for them. So you would get a travel credit for FunJet Vacations or whatever supplier that you're using, and your client would have to rebook. You always want to try to get your client to rebook with you. That way you can get your commission for everything. That one, like I said, is a lower price point. If you guys get a chance, click on all of these, see what the travel protection covers. It is a no questions asked, cancel before your departure date for your travel credits or your cash refund. So that's something you want to keep in mind. You also want to make sure you offer both to your client. You never just want to give them the one, but you just, some people do want that cash option. So you want to make sure you add that. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to our cart because we want to make sure we have everything for our package. And in the event that you wanted to add anything else, you can absolutely do that under features. So you can add additional travel protection for during your travel protection. You see here is our transportation. This is the one that's already in our cart, but we can remove it and add a different type of transportation. So if they wanted private transportation, we can do that. For example, I like to do, like I said, I like to do mock bookings around different holidays. So if I was going to be doing this maybe for Valentine's Day, I would probably add private transportation versus a shared transportation for my mock booking. You can also add different things like an ATV experience or a Tulum half-day tour. And if there's any other things like a luxury sunset sailing, you can add those things as well. If you were going to add that to your mock booking, I would add it and then make sure that you highlight somewhere in here that, luxury sunset sailing included for 2. So you want to make sure that you add that in your mock booking, but we're not going to add that today. We're simply just going to do our transportation and our travel protection. So we have everything we need here. We're going to just double check everything. We're departing from Orlando to Cancun on the 6th to the 11th. We're taking this Spirit Airlines departing at 3:55. When we return home, we're going to be departing from Cancun at 11:29, staying at Royal Hideaway in a luxury suite. We have transportation to and from the hotel in the airport there in Cancun. And then we have our travel protection. A couple of other notes here. When you are checking the different features, you want to make sure you double check the identification requirements for clients that are going to be going overseas. They absolutely need a passport. If it's from another country, a visa, but you do just want to verify the identification requirements for that as well. So I think that is it for here. Any questions thus far?
Suppose your client refused the travel protection.
Yes, so that does happen. I have had that happen before. If your client does decline the travel protection, you want to make sure that you have a disclaimer for them. So you're gonna, the exact same way that you have a credit card authorization form for them, you want to make sure that you have something sent out saying that they did decline the travel protection. That way you have it in documented that they did decline it, and for some reason, whatever the reason is that it was canceled, unfortunately, it's a loss on them because they did not take the travel protection. But to protect yourself, you definitely want to make sure that you have a disclaimer for that. And I can share that at a later time. I have had one where they did not want the travel protection, and I did make sure that they signed that just in case anything did happen. Okay. Any other questions before we go forward?
Hi, Ciara. I do have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is there a difference between economy and basic economy?
Yes, there is. Price and space, it depends on the airport, or I'm sorry, the airline as well. So It really just depends. I don't think we chose economy, basic economy here, because I don't know that Spirit has that. But if you look at American Airlines or United or any of those other ones, basic economy, one, it depends on what airline, but it may or may not include your carry-on. You may have to only stay in whatever seat that they assign you to. And sometimes it is non-refundable. So if you guys remember earlier, we went over that airline. We saw those little messages there when we were selecting our flights. There was a message that said non-refundable, no seat changes, no name changes or anything like that. So if you do basic economy, even if they do have the travel protection, it is still going to be non-refundable. So you want to make sure that you are absolutely informing your client if they want that option. You absolutely inform them of it, that it is non-refundable. I don't recommend selling those to your clients. Again, if you want to book that for yourself or a family member, even then it's still risky. So just keep in mind when you're doing basic economy versus regular economy, basic economy is typically non-refundable, even with travel protection. Okay.
Okay, gotcha. I actually I've started following along a little bit later, so I'm not
Oh,
quite
that's
doing
cool.
what you all are doing, but
Oh,
I was just checking. I'm actually using Expedia right now.
oh, okay, okay. No problem, no problem.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions? No? All right, perfect. So we have everything we need now. We have our flight, our hotel, our transportation, travel protection. So now we just need our deposit price. So as you can see, after we added our travel protection, the price went up just a little bit here. Let's double check and see if our commission went up here too, since we did add another feature. It did. It went up by $15. So travel protection also gives you a little bit more commission. Along with protecting your package. So to find our deposit price, what we're going to do is we're going to click on checkout here. And when you check out, there are ways that you can actually save your reservations for your client and instead of actually checking out and paying for it. Sometimes there are different airlines that do allow for a hold between 1 to 3 days, but sometimes they're not. So it really just depends on the time of the year, the dates, where they're going and things like that too. But this is just an itinerary summary. So again, it shows us the dates, the locations that we're at, our flights. This is our room. You can also change it here if you needed to. If we selected this one, it's going to add an additional $122 to your package once you change it, but we're going to not have that. And we're just going to keep that one. Wait, let me go back and change this again. Hold on one second. And you'll also see some hotel advisories too. So you also want to keep in mind those hotel advisories because they also have restrictions on the types of groups that are involved or allowed to come to their resort for certain times too. Also the age, you want to keep that considered also. 25 years old or under is considered a student. So those are the kind of things that you want to keep in mind when you are booking for your client. I don't know what happened with Vax. It just, there we go. It just decided not to work again. So, and sometimes that happens. So let me go back to, by the way, where are you? Wait, did everything just disappear? Oh, here we go. Experience. Did I pass it? Oh, here we go. Play car. Just make sure we have the correct room again. Yep, that's our luxury suite. Alrighty. And every hotel has its own personality, so you definitely want to make sure you check, like TripAdvisor or other reviews too. So we're going to go back to check out so that we can get our deposit price. And that's where we want to add that there. So deposits starting as low as. And why starting as low as? Because they can change their room. If you advertise a luxury room, maybe you'll have a client and they say, well, I don't want the luxury room. I want the luxury sunrise room. So the deposit is going to be a little bit different because it's a different price point. So we want to make sure once more that we have everything that we need. And if we just scroll down, this is where we would be adding our travelers information if we were actually booking this package. Of course, you want to make sure that this matches with the passport of the client. Definitely want to make sure that everything is exact. Otherwise, it may be an issue. Depending on the airline, they may or may not allow you to make those changes. Another thing is you want to keep your airline contact information up to date too. When you are booking your client, you want to absolutely say yes to this. Your email should be the one listed here and the client's phone number listed here. Why your email? Because if there's any changes that are going to be made to your reservation, maybe a cancellation in the flight or a change in aircraft, it'll go directly to this email first. And then I'm not even sure if they text you, but the changes will go directly to the email that's on file here. Okay. If they have any TSA pre-check, or if they have global entry or any of those kind of additional benefits, you would add that information as well here. Frequent flyer mileage and things like that can be added as well. So that's one thing you want to make sure you ask your client if they have any of those. And then we also have special requests. So if you were booking this for a client and they had a special hotel request, under itinerary tools, you can make any kind of request, maybe on the bedding, special occasion, or room type. You can also do flight requests. I'm not sure what that does. I have not used it. I've only used this one. And you can also do add-ons as well. Any seat assignments, you can make those adjustments too. Now, right here in this gray box is where we are going to find our deposit price. So this is the total amount of payments made, 0, because nobody has made any payments. This is the amount of your package, and this is your deposit based on double occupancy for this package. So as you can see, it is $849.98, or if you round it up, it's $850, and that is for 2 people. Now, this particular package, it looks like the deposit is due today if we were going to be booking it. Now, if we were probably booking with a different airline, it may be different. I have not booked much with Spirit, but that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at your deposit. So our deposit is due today, and it is this amount. So this is how we're going to find our deposit price. And since it's for 2 people, what is our deposit for 1 person?
425.
425. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you, because I am not a math person. So it's going to be 425. So we're going to go back to our ad here, and we're going to change this 3 to a 4. And we now have a complete ad. So we have our ad about the hotel, a couple of the highlights that we wanted to add, the price based on double occupancy. It includes our airfare, travel protection, and transfers. However you want your client to, or your future client to reach out to you, you can say, send a message to Ciara at blah, 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 blah. Send me a direct message at blah, 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 however you'd like them to contact you. A couple of other things you want to make sure you add is that you are a licensed, bonded, and insured travel agent, and prices and availability are subject to change. So any questions right now about anything before we go ahead and post on Facebook? Don't mind, I don't know why this always happens. It goes to my pregnant picture. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to my Facebook page here as soon as it loads. Perfect. While you guys
Ciara, I do have a quick question.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Can you either before or after the post go over the process of like the actual payment process? Like you would take the client's information, right? And then use the card.
It depends. So there's a couple of things that you can do. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go through that entire thing now. That is a completely different training, but I can show you what can be done. So let me first, so everyone, we're gonna go, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get this posted today. We're gonna post it. Now you can post it and publish it today if you want to. I'm gonna schedule mine for tomorrow, since tomorrow is Monday. I always start my Monday with a fresh post. So so what we're gonna do first, and Andre, I'm gonna show you that first in just a minute. Hold on. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and copy and paste our ad that we just created. We're gonna go to our Facebook business page. So this is MetaSuites. This is where you can create a post, you can create stories, you can look at all the different posts that you had. You can see what the reactions were, what did people do, how many people saw it, what the engagement was. There is an entire training on Facebook Business Suites that was held this earlier today. Whenever that's posted, I'm sure you guys will be able to see that in our chat. So we're going to go ahead and create our posts here first. And we are going to go down here to post details, and we are just going to paste it here. And on the right-hand side, you'll see this is what it's going to start looking like. We haven't made it look pretty. We haven't added any emojis or pictures. So this is what it looks like thus far. So we're going to go ahead and see where we can post it. So I want this to post on my Facebook and my Instagram. And you'll add your pictures here, but we're going to come back to that. We're going to go ahead and spruce up our post first. So Hideaway and Playa del Carmen. I like to add a few emojis. It's just my preference. You can add some if you'd like. I like to add little stars. I always add my little golf course. As you can see, these are my most recently used. My little golf course here. I don't think there's anything else that I like to add. Some people add an airplane. Just don't get out of control with the emojis because you don't want it to look spammy. But this is probably the most that I would do. I might, if there was something else like a nightly entertainment, I might add something else here. So that's pretty much how I like my post to be. The next thing that I add is hashtags. Hashtags, hashtags, hashtags. Use them, love them, know them, remember them, but they change. Use hashtags. Why? Hashtags it's another way for your post to be seen. If for some reason, let's say, you know, Mary in Seattle is like, I really want to go to Playa del Carmen. And she gets on Facebook and she starts looking up Playa del Carmen vacations or whatever the case may be in Playa del Carmen. It's possible that if you have that hashtag in your post, Playa del Carmen vacations, that your post is going to come up for her to see that. And that's exactly what we want. We want the more eyes on our posts, we want more eyes on our business page, and we want more clients. And that is the best way that you can do that, by always adding yourself, adding your business, adding more benefits to your business post or your business page. So I like to add hashtags here. You can only add up to 30. I like to add them here. Now, if you already know the trending hashtags in the world, which I do not, you can go ahead and start typing them in here. But for people like me, I like to Google it. So I use best travel hashtags. Now this changes pretty frequently. So best travel hashtags. And I will put this in the chat so you guys can see it as well. And you can change this. So I have done best golf hashtags, best romance hashtag, any kind of hashtags you'd like to add. You want to make sure that it is something relevant to your post though. So I just like to take a look and see what's out there, but you can see recommended hashtags here. In the middle here, these are the best travel hashtags. These are the most liked on Instagram. So it's helpful because you can use this in any one of your social media platforms. You can see the top 10 travel hashtags, pro data, popular hashtags. So I probably want to see something down here where I can see how many posts are using these hashtags. So I'm going to actually just copy this one here that says popular hashtags. And again, you want to make sure that it is relevant to your post. So whatever is not relevant in here, go ahead and remove. Let's see, vacation. I don't know what BFHFY He is, so I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna take Europe because we are not in Europe. I'm gonna take out Italy and India because I am not in neither one of those places. Travelgram, photo shoot. Yes, a lot of people love to take pictures, especially in a place like an infinity pool or in a luxury suite. So I like to leave things like that too. No mountains, so I'm gonna take mountains out. The rest of them are pretty good. Now the ones that I like to always make sure I throw in there are travel agent, travel agent life, oops, travel agent life. Did I spell that right? Yeah, I did. Travel agent life. That's just my personal, but I want to actually go ahead and make sure I add more. So we're in Playa del Carmen, we're in Mexico, so I want to make sure I add something about that. So I'm going to look up Playa del Carmen. And you can see what the different posts are. So Playa del Carmen, this one is 4.1 million. So I'm going to add that one. It's absolutely okay to add some that are just like 200, 100, 1,000. You want to give yourself a nice variety in as far as the different types of places. So I have Playa del Carmen, Mexico, Playa del Carmen here. Since it's an adults only, I'm probably going to add adults only getaway maybe. And you can play with the words. This one is not too bad. You can also add, since they had a romance suite or the luxury suite, you could say luxury hotel. I'm also gonna add Cancun, since we're fairly close to Cancun, because nine times out of 10, a client is not gonna book the exact one that you put, the exact mock booking that you put on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you post it. They just see it and they're like, ooh, that looks nice. And then they'll ask you for something. Either they'll ask you what the price would be for this particular one for a different destination, different dates, or they'll ask you for something a little bit different. So I think we're still at our 30 mark. Let me make sure. I don't see 30 yet. It'll give you a little warning once you've reached 30. Vacation. And you don't have to add 30. You can add 10 or 5. Getaways. I like getaways. Getaway trip. Well, that's good enough for me. Like I said, you guys can add or you know, not add as many as you'd like. So right now, this is what our post looks like. We just have a couple little emojis and we have our hashtags down here. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our photos. So I'm gonna click add photos and you're gonna go ahead and upload them from wherever you just saved all your photos. So wherever you saved them, go and find them. Here we go, here's mine. Hide, open. And once you upload it, it will show you a preview here. It'll show you what it'll look like on a phone and what it'll look like on a computer or desktop. So you can take a look at both of those views and see what it looks like here. Oops. Yeah, so this is what it would look like if you were looking at it from your phone. So let's say Cheryl pulled out her phone and she saw my ad. This is what it'll look like to her. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to double check the ratios for our photos. I don't know why it does this. It does this for every single photo that I upload. It does it probably all the time for most people. So we're going to go ahead and change this because we want to make sure that there's no warning signs or anything that's going to stop us from posting. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the little pencil next to the picture and you're going to just change it. I like to do horizontal because it gives you the most surface coverage of your picture, and then just hit save. And you'll do that for all of your pictures. There used to be an option where if you click on the pencil, you can hit horizontal and apply and then save it for all of them, but Facebook is constantly changing and that option is no longer available for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's no longer available for me. So I'm gonna just do horizontal for all of these. And you can crop it however you like. And even if you'd like, you can also change the order of your pictures. You would just click on this and drag it and move it. And you could change the order that way. And then it'll change over here on the preview side. See, now this is now our first picture. This is the first picture here, but I'm gonna put this aerial view back because I like that to be my first picture. Okay. Any questions thus far as posting and how to post? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and publish this, not today. For me, I'm not gonna publish that today because I've already did one today. If you guys want to post it for today, you can absolutely do that. You can click on publish now. If you want to schedule it for tomorrow, like I'm gonna do, if you scroll down under our text box where we're just editing, you have your scheduling options, click on schedule. And you can schedule the date and time you want that to be posted. So you can do that for both Facebook and Instagram. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click this and I'm gonna select Monday. And I like to do mine in the morning. You could do it at whatever time you'd like to. There's also an option down here that says optimal times. Optimal times will give you the optimal times that your audience is available to see this post. And I'll show you that in just a minute here. So this is if I were to be scheduling it, I schedule it for tomorrow. Optimal times will show you the times in which your audience is available. Recommendation based on when your followers are most active on Instagram and Facebook in the last 7 days. So in the last 7 days, my followers are more available at 7 p.m. Okay. Or 8 p.m. on Instagram in the last 7 days. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this scheduled. If you want, double check, make sure. If there's any changes that need to be made, you can do that here. Just be careful sometimes, and I don't know why this happens, but the cursor will jump. It'll jump to a different line. So if you're gonna highlight this and copy and paste it, just be careful because it could, copy something in a different place where it's not supposed to be. Let me go back down here. We're gonna go ahead and get it scheduled for tomorrow. So I'm gonna schedule it here. And it does take a minute for it to get scheduled. As far as posting your mock bookings, what kind of groups you like to be in and things like that. Oh, and see, you can see it's scheduled for 9:42 a.m. So 9:42 a.m., you guys should see my post tomorrow. Make sure you see it and like it and love it. So as far as where to post your Facebook ads, let me get to my Facebook again. And again, it's gonna take me to my once pregnant picture for some reason. I like to add my my mock bookings in different types of groups. I like to do direct sales. I like to do yard sales, no rules, direct sales for different states, direct sales for different groups of people. So maybe moms, dads, direct sales for entrepreneurs. You just want to kind of get out there as much as possible. Don't ever cap yourself. If for some reason you're not sure where to post, you can always just type direct sales and whatever state you could possibly think of at that time, type it in. And any group that is associated has any of these words in the name of the group or in their description will come up. So as you can see, I'm already in this group. I'm already in this group, but I'm not in this group. But this group is not really something that I would join to add this in. So this is specifically, it says one page, everything you do in Dallas. So that one you probably don't want to be in. You want to make sure that, like I said, it's a sales group or a direct sales group or travel deals or whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that it is public and just keep keep a mind of how many members are in that group too. Yes, it's absolutely okay to post in groups that are like 200, 400, 500 groups. And it's also absolutely okay to post in groups that are 25K, 55K, or whatever the case may be. Again, you want to keep that variety as far as, how many groups you're posting in and how many eyes are looking, because I would personally probably post in something that's like 3K, I'd post a 26K, and I'd probably get in something that's 900. So these are the types of groups that you want to take a look at. You also want to double check their rules as well. Like for example, this one says this group is free to post all you want. All we ask is that you add 15 friends. So if you want to do that, you could totally do that. If not, skip on to the next one. This one here, direct sales opportunity in the US. This group has been created to promote your direct sales opportunities. Promote, no spamming. So this is probably one that I would add. I'm not sure that it'll let me add it right now. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do it right now. Yeah, I'm kind of in Facebook jail right this moment. So, but yes, so these are the kind of groups. Free for all, marketplace, those are good groups to also post in as well. I'm going to show you how to post. I like to share my posts in different groups from my business page. So this is what it looks like if I were to just go straight to my business page. This is how I would be able to publish the way we started by just adding it. Gives me how to create ads, shows me my insights from the 17th of June to July 16th. And then just some basic information about my page. And again, that's from the perspective of the business owner, which would be 321 Travel. To post in another Facebook group, I would change my interaction by clicking on this little icon here where it has my logo. Click on that little arrow and change it to myself. Once I change it to myself, this is how my page would look to someone else, like to you guys. If they were just going right to my page, it has my about and things like that. A couple of posts I've already made. This is something from Branch Up. This is also something from Branch Up as well. But this is something that I personally made. This is another post of mine. This was yesterday's, actually, I'm sorry. So you can see that this was the Labor Day one, has my hashtags, and this is what my post looks like. All right. So if someone were to go to the page and click on it, this is what they would see. And the way that I would share this is I would click on share and I would share to a group. The way that I do it, it may not be the way that others do it, but this is the way that I like to do it. I always open up open up 2 pages. Let me go back to Facebook, actually go to groups. And I'm just gonna find one right now. So this is no rules. I'm gonna stick with Texas. Wait for it. Okay. So no rules, Texas. So this, you can see these are no drama, no rules, buy, sell, Texas. This one I have not posted in. Let me double check. So what I do is I'll go and find whatever group that I want to post in. I just copy it here, go back to my other page on where I'm going to share, paste it here, and it'll come up here. And I also like to double check my rules. Be kind. Ooh, no promotion or spam. So this is something we want to definitely keep in mind. It says promote these. I don't know what that is, but it looks like they have a lot of rules. So we are going to skip this group and we're going to try another group. So let's go back. Let's see. Since I can't join any of these groups right now, I'm going to do Central Texas, no rules. I'm going to go back here, share to a group, paste the group I want to paste in. And I like the ones that are no rules. They're usually no rules. So double check this. Again, this one says, yeah, sometimes you want to double check because sometimes it'll say no promotion, no spam, even though it says no rules here. But I have posted in this page, in this group before, so I'm going to go ahead and post again. I also like to just add just a little blurb like you are so worth the time. And I always tag myself in any post that I make because I'm sharing this from my business page. So that's a share from my business page. That means there's more interaction. If I tag myself in this, that's another interaction. And then it's also easily accessible for someone who would find this ad. So I'm gonna go ahead and post it here. And I'm gonna go and look at the group. And this is the group. And this is my ad that I just posted here. It's also public, so anyone in here can see it. You're so worth the time off, 321 travel. This is the ad. And at the bottom, this is the original ad that I shared from my business page. Okay. Awesome, fantastic. So that is how I create my mock bookings. Like I said, this is how I do it. Everyone does it a little bit different. Some people do it exactly like that. It's just really up to your comfort level. So yeah, that's how we do mock bookings. Do you guys have any questions?
I just have one.
Sure.
Your template, did you create that template in Word?
Yeah, that's in a Word document.
Okay.
You can keep that in a Word document, or you can put it in a Google document. Google Documents, the really nice thing with Google Docs is you can move around with it. You don't necessarily need to have this laptop. You can log into another computer or another phone somewhere, and you'll be able to access all that information from Google Docs.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any other questions?
I like that.
You did?
The
Oh, awesome.
presentation was good. I've watched a lot of videos and I get caught off because they found they did it before.
Yeah.
Whole steps. Finally, we did. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, I'm glad. Awesome. Thank you so much. Any other questions for now?
Thank you, Ciara. You know what's crazy? I just learned something different. Every mock booking I go to, I learn something different that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
I appreciate that so much.
You are so very welcome, my dear. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. And then Andre, I'm going to come back and show what you asked for. Okay. So again, thank you guys for attending our mock booking training today. As you know, you can always reach me in the chats. Until next time.